Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Day 6 of our 2017 Wisconsin Film Festival and the second of our 4 Nick Offerman Day movies. And my name is Jim Healy. I'm the Director of Programming of the festival, also the UW Cinematheque. And welcome to this screening of My Life as a Zucchini. I had the great privilege and joy, really, of getting to see Nick Offerman in a number of theatrical productions in Chicago in the late 1990s. And these were plays put on by his own production company, Defiant Theater, which was an ensemble company that was founded by Nick and Joe Faust and others. And 2 of these productions, and I'll just name 2 that really stood out, Action Movie and Ubu Raw, which was a very, very cool adaptation of the Alfred Yari Ubu plays. These were probably the 2 most memorable nights I ever spent in the theater before watching legit stage. These were like the most dynamic productions that I'd ever seen. And the Defiant members, in addition to performing, were all involved in the creation of the costumes and the sets, and in particular Nick. And the effect was really energizing and perverse, to just come up with 2 adjectives. Totally memorable, and I just am enormously grateful that I got to witness those. So it's been with great interest and at a bit of predictability for me to witness the extraordinary career and work of Nick Offerman, one of our very finest performers. His enthusiasm and multitasking on those early theatrical productions has led inevitably to significant achievements in the realms of publishing and public speaking and stand-up comedy, songwriting, film and television production, and of course fine woodworking. As an actor, he remains one of the hardest working men in show business, one of the busiest and sought after men in his field. But at this particular quadrant of our programming day, we're celebrating his work as a voiceover artist with the screening of the English language version of this really marvelous production from Europe, My Life as a Zucchini. Nick's other voice work can be heard in movies like the Lego Movie and Hotel Transylvania 2, and TV programs like Gravity Falls, Bob's Burgers, Axe Cop, of course, and The Simpsons. And I should also not hesitate to mention that last year he achieved my lifelong ambition of meeting Kermit the Frog when he appeared on an episode of the most recent Muppet series. But decades before that, he had my deep respect and admiration. And I want you all to join me in welcoming Nick Offerman.
Thank you, Jim. That's sincerely the most generous introduction I've ever received. And when you came to those 2 plays that weed was laced, I knew it would pay off one day. Gosh, this is okay. My mind is a whirl with memories of everything Jim just referenced. I'm very grateful to you for showing up. This is such a wonderful turnout, and you're in for a terrific treat. Some of the folks involved in making this absolute crackerjack claymation film. It's a very simple story and very funny and ultimately terrifically moving. Some of them worked on Triplets of Belleville, and then another film called Ernest and Celestine, which my wife and I both got to do voices in when they made it made it available to Americans that refused to see subtitled films. Personally, the original title in French is My Life as a Courgette, which is French for zucchini, and as so many other things, has more panache than the American version. But when they showed this to me and asked me to do a voice, I was incredibly grateful because I'm a huge fan of this piece of work, so I hope I didn't screw it up too badly. Please enjoy, and thank you for your wonderful state. It's my absolute favorite of the 50. Keep up the good work.